Hey, Brian Grams here at the Volo Auto Museum, and I'm standing next to this little red Corvette. We don't often sell any of our museum cars, our celebrity-owned cars, our TV and movie cars, despite people asking us all the time, hey, what would you take for that car? The answer is no, it's not for sale. But every once in a while, we got to get rid of some of our cars to bring some new, fresh inventory in for our museum to keep the museum exciting and different for all your visits. Well, today happens to be one of those days that we're going to sell something. And that would be this right here, which is a 1990 Corvette ZR1. 1990 was the first year for the new generation of the ZR1s. It was the fastest production car built in its time. GM really did a fantastic job building this car. Pretty low production. It's red, black interior, and it's the 204th ZR1 off the assembly line. So it's a very early production ZR1. Well, now we're done with the good stuff about the car. Let's talk a little bit about its owner, who was none other than Brian Wilson of the Beach Boys. If you're familiar with Brian Wilson, you would know that he was a Corvette enthusiast. The song Shut Down about the '63 Corvette Fuelie, part of the Beach Boys, and obviously the Beach Boys did a lot of car-related songs. And Brian Wilson, ever since the day he was born, he loved his Corvettes. He purchased this in 1990, bought it brand new, and he owned it for many, many years. He put on most of the miles on this car after he sold it. Very few miles have been put on it, just for maintenance sake and some short trips. It only has about 22,000 actual miles on the car to this date. Something that Brian Wilson did, General Motors recognized that Brian Wilson was a huge Corvette fan, so they actually used him to promote the sales of Corvettes. Brian Wilson was a big part of GM marketing, and I think his relationship with GM is probably how he got one of the first ones off the assembly line. He got this car back in 1989, and it's a 1990 model. It's got a cell phone in here, which is red to match, of course. Straight out of the 90s. The phone by itself as a nostalgic piece of artifact, it would probably sell on eBay for some good bucks. But that's Brian Wilson's actual phone that he put in there. So when you're dialing the numbers and talking on it, that's the same phone that he used to talk to people. Now this car is for sale, and you can go to our website, volocars.com, to get more information, pictures, price, history about this car. Again, that's volocars.com.